Hello and welcome to another Let's Play video with BetMadZac, and today again we're playing Terreria. Since it's been about a month since we did our last episode, so welcome back guys. We have done a little bit of adventuring with BetMadZac in his world without you, just to get some stuff done that you might find a bit boring. But today we've got a plan. So today we need to make a couple of buckets. So we go to the crafting station here, we click on crafting, you'll see we've already got one bucket up here in the hot tray. I'm looking for bucket here. Okay, I'm going to make, there we go, we've got 4 buckets, and the reason I want buckets is because I want to be able to collect some lava and make some lava traps to defend our home. So what we've been doing, the building we've been doing whilst you've not been with us, is to tunnel down and down and down. You can see I've made it steps so it's easy to run down, all the way down here. This is where we'd run along underground before, and then this goes down and down and down until we get deep enough for there to be lava. Why do we want lava? Well, lava kills things when they come into contact with it. It's brilliant. So, apart from when you're in hell, where the mobs are resistant to lava, if you have lava higher up, it will burn them, and you can create traps, and you can actually collect the coins and any drops from the mobs as well if you don't have too much lava. There's just 1 bucket's worth of lava, then it's okay. Here we go. Here's our lava. So if I just grab my buckets and I do that and that. And we're probably going to use all our, there we go, so now in my inventory I've got 4 buckets of lava, so I'll stick those up there. Now we're going to go back upstairs and I'm going to show you how to build the traps to capture the baddies, the mobs, pretty much automatically. Of course, because we haven't yet beat Skeletron and rescued the mechanic, we can't do electric wiring, which is really handy for when you're doing this type of trap, because then we can put stone blocks above the traps that we can switch on and off, which makes it safe for us to travel over the top of. But whilst we haven't done that yet, then we have to set our plan out so we can trap the mobs without trapping ourselves. Because if we trap ourselves, we will be pretty sad. So what we do, we go back up into the house, and essentially we need to build a pit on each side of the house. So on this side of the house, what we're going to do first of all, we're going to just make this like this, and then I'm going to dig a pit down here that will trap mobs into it when they come along to try and get into our door, but that's going to leave us able to use our rope entry and exit to get in and out of our house. So that's quite a good plan. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place stone blocks along like this, and we're just going to go a little bit deeper, because what we don't want is that mobs fall in and then jump straight back out whilst they're on fire and get away, because we don't want them getting away. Let me just get that one as well, and then I should be good to build this up here like this. If I just go along. Now, lava won't actually burn through mud, but I like my traps to look neat and tidy, and I think doing that's just big enough for us to get out of. And now if I get one of these, I should be able to pour, there we go. So now I've got one empty bucket down here and I've got that in there. So if I just make outside here, let me get some dirt, because we want to be tricking the baddies, the mobs, into going into our little pit. There is a slight problem, because things like bunny rabbits and so on will also come along this way and get in there. So now, of course, you see we've got a problem. We can't actually use that door anymore, so we have to go in and out of the house at the top here. But that's okay. So that's the lava trap on one side, and now we need to go and do a lava trap on the other side, and we're going to end up with a problem getting in and out of the house again, perhaps. Oh, the other thing I haven't done is actually make it so we'll be able to collect the drops. So what happens is they'll fall into here where my pointer is, and then they'll drop coins and things into the bottom. We need to be able to get them. So to get them, we need to be able to walk in underneath. So to do that, obviously, all we need to do is just create a little tunnel that enables us to walk directly underneath the lava trap. This is also handy because then we can hide down here to help attract in the mobs when it's night time. So yeah, hopefully during this video we'll get to finishing building our traps. And then also that'll be handy because we'll be able to actually be night time then and show you hopefully some traps working. Easiest way to be able to kill mobs. there is no easier way to get the mobs killed. So I think we can do pretty much exactly the same on this side. And my boy Zach's just going to whisper something in my ear. I think, Zach, you need to speak a bit louder for me to hear you, sweetheart. It won't work now. Why won't it work, my boy? You're going to tell me? Okay. I think Zach needs to tell me something, but I'm not quite sure what he needs to tell me. Right, let's make this pit down here. I've got a bit of a problem here because I'm going to go down here and then see if I can carry on making the pit. Okay, so there we go. Now the only problem is this is actually affecting a little bit our tree farm, isn't it? That was a bit of a misjudgment by me in terms of making a trap. And so trees, that is too low down, that roof there, for trees to be able to grow. But I still get some, maybe the odd tree growing, so that's kind of okay. Now then, let me see whether I can use a bucket of lava from outside like that. Yeah, I can. So that's good. So now that should do that. And yeah, to be able to collect things, we'll just have to grapple up like that to collect the things. Now I need to look at the outside and work out how we can get in and out of our house from that side without us dying. And I think probably the answer is we'll put a little platform on there like that, and that will enable us to get in and out of that. The only problem is it may mean that the skeletons and so on will jump over and bang on the door and bang on the door and bang on the door and be really annoying and not fall in. But my plan to deal with that is I would run down underneath into the bottom down here, and as I run that way, the skeletons will turn around and they'll fall down and die in there, so that's cool. Are you going to tell me something then, Zach? He's not. Okay. I would like my boy to have the microphone for a minute. No? Okay then. Okay, so that's that. So what else can we do for traps? The other thing we can do for traps is to try and trap the flying thing. So do the demon eyes get trapped by the platforms, Zach? They do. Okay, so if that's the case, then we should be able to create. Let me just put. I'll do the same here, I think, just so that it is actually usable. I should then be able to create up here a trap with to get the suspicious looking eyes caught in here. So where's my wood gone? Let me get some wood. I build something like that, then I think what can happen is that we will get into their suspicious looking eyes, or anything that comes into our property, comes over to this side and then starts to climb up, will get caught up there. And then something that Zach reminded me this morning as we were out in the car, he said, "Daddy, we haven't got a bow and arrow yet, so should we see whether we can make a bow whilst we're here at the crafting station?"
Yeah, but we do need to be at the anvil.
At the anvil?
Oh yeah, the anvil.
So we can make a platinum bow.
And a lead bow as well.
Let's make a platinum bow.
Yeah, because that's actually...
Now we've got...
It says annoying.
Yeah, we've got a bunch... It's an annoying platinum bow. That means it's only got 10 range damage. But okay, so good thing about that is, he says, depending on how we've done this, I think we can probably, if we take that out there, can we fire arrows? We can't get arrows through that gap.
We can. You just killed a firefly. We might be able to.
Let's just try and see if I take that out of there. Yeah, there you go. So that will enable us to be able to shoot at things in there without them being able to get through. So that's quite good. So if we get suspicious eyes caught in there, then we can actually also shoot them. So to make that a little bit more of a useful thing for us, if I just go up here and I moved my platform out, didn't I? There we go. So if I was to just do that, if I put another platform in there, then this will actually enable us to trap the things right up into there. And now I've just done that, I realise that if I jump down, I'll end up in my own lava trap, which wouldn't be good. Something else you'll have noticed still when we come on at the beginning of the show every time, we always come out just down here to the right of our house, which is probably not the safest place to be spawning if we die or if we come at night time. Particularly if we came in the middle of a blood moon, we might get caught before we safely, especially now it's tricky, before we safely got into our house. So what I'm going to do also is see whether we can make a bed. Now to make a bed, first thing we need to do is make the tools, make the workstations that we can make a bed with. So first thing we're going to need to do is create a sawmill. This is the sawmill over here. You can see we need some chain, which we've got, any iron bars and some wood. So let's make a sawmill and put that down here. And then with the sawmill, we can now make a loom, because we're going to have to make some silk. So let's have a look, see if we can find a loom on here. There it is, there's the loom. So we'll make a loom to make the silk, because we want silk sheets on our bed, of course. So to make the silk sheets, we need cobweb, and we've got loads of cobweb from just as you're exploring underground. So I think we need 5 silk. Okay, so there's access 7, so let's get 7 silk, and then I suspect if we go back to the workbench, we should be able to see whether we can make a bed. I can't see the bed on there. It could be that, so the best way to find that out is we'll go and talk to the guide, we'll tell him about our silk, so we click on crafting here, where's our silk, we take our silk, put it in here, and he's going to tell us we can make a bed with 5 silk and 15. Now that's an even wood, but so that's rich mahogany bed. Where's the regular bed? There's all sorts of different beds you can make. Looks like you always need 15 or whatever the wood is. So we should. You can make it at the sawmill. So what I was doing wrong was I was stood at the workbench, not the sawmill. So let's stand at the sawmill and have a look. There's my silk. There's my bed. Right. So I'm going to create a bed. That's pretty cool. And I think with the 2 spare we've got, could we make a couch or something?
You can see it.
There it is, there's a sofa. Let's have a sofa as well, because that would be quite cool. So now, if we go, so we're going to make a room for BetMadZac, and we've still got some rooms up here that haven't yet. Oh, he hasn't even got a door. Let's make him a door as well whilst we're going up, because that would be handy. Where's his door? There's a door. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put a table in there, because if I put a table and a chair in there, then somebody else will move into BetMadZac's room, which is going to upset us a bit. So we're going to make his room on this floor up here, so he's got access to the outside world through there. And in here we're going to pop the door on there, and then we're going to pop his bed over there, and his sofa there. That looks pretty good. He doesn't have a TV because he's in Terreria. There's no BBC or ITV to send the programs. There's just YouTube videos. So if I right click on there, you can see there's down here it says spawn point set. So that means when we exit and enter the game, we will now be coming in and out of the room up here, which is quite good. So I'm pleased with that. It looks like it's coming towards night time. Whilst we're waiting for night time to come, I just want to show you something else. So something else we collected whilst we were digging underground. I found in a chest. I found this, a violent depth meter. Which is quite good. So it's equipable. If I pop it on here, what does it do, Zach?
It tells you how far you're down and how far you are above the ground and how deep you are.
And there you go. So you can see we're at 100 feet above, I guess, sea level. And if I jump up and down, it tells me I'm going up and down. And if I go down here, so if we just go down, see the merchant's just gone, so it'll be coming on to night time soon. But I can just run down. We can go just quickly run down, and then we'll come back up again. But let's see how deep down you need to go to get to lava. This is quite handy for you guys to know. Every block, by the way, is 2 feet, which is why it takes 3 blocks for BetMadZac to be able to walk through, because he's around about 6 foot tall. But yeah, so you go down and down and down and down and down and down and down, long way down. So that's 600 feet below. So we were starting 100 feet above. So we keep going down until we see some lava. So every block's 2. So that's 800 feet down to find some lava, and we'd come from.
34 blocks down.
Yeah, no, because there's half as many blocks, because each 2 feet is a block. So 420 blocks down, plus the extra 100 we had to go down as well. So the extra 100 feet, so the extra 50 blocks. So we've gone down almost 500 blocks in order to be able to find that lava. But all the blood. This is brilliant news, because when a blood moon rises, as long as we can get back now before all the googlies come, the blood moon is perfect timing for me to show you, hopefully, how our traps work. There is one little risk left with our traps, and that is that maybe. Oh, hang on! I need a weapon. There we go. There'll be more googlies coming from down there than up here. But we get back up into the house. Let's see what happens when googlies come. Here comes a skeleton lot over here, zombie, and he's straight in, look. He nearly made it to the platform. Let's see what happens on this side. We can see a demon eye as well. Now what's the demon eye going to do? Is he going to get caught in our trap? He is caught in our trap. So now let me show you, if I go up here and get my bow, now interestingly he's managing to get through.
Shoot it when now it's stuck.
There you go. So that's got him. And when we look down here, hey, perfect. So look at this. Even without us having to fight the googlies, so we can just sit here quite happily during a blood moon. So normally when you're beginning the game, you'll see that blood moon's a bit of a problem. Now there's two things we can do here. Yeah. So some things can jump further than others. Now the easiest thing for us to do is just take our platform away on both sides, and then when we want to use the doors again after the blood moon's gone, we'll be able to go and just put those back. So there is a demon eye on the other side, which we haven't got a trap for him. It would be fairly easy to create a bit of a trap, I think, but I don't at the moment. I mean, one thing we can do is we can trap him in the lava like that. Look, he will come down. The only thing that concerns me about being down here is that zombies may now spawn off the screen underground and not get caught in our trap. So if I go back up there, you can see the effect that that's having. And I'll just go over here and I'll show you what happens in terms of collecting our goodies. So if I just grapple up here, I know what I've done there. How many blocks is that? It's 5 blocks. It needs to be 6 blocks wide, doesn't it? I think that's what I've done. So I need to make that just a little bit wider, which I can do like this. And then if I take that one out there like that, I think now. So we'll see when this one drops down. There you go. We got his copper coin, and we're going to get more coins, and if I run over this side, so this one I think is wide enough. I should have told you guys it needs to be 6 wide, otherwise the lava's too deep and it causes all the things to get destroyed by the lava. So here we go. If I go up here now, we're going to get a hasty shackle, a zombie banner, a lens.
Now you can make goggles.
I can make goggles. How, which workstation do I need to make goggles, Zach? Have I got enough lenses to make goggles?
Yes, it's 2 lenses.
And have I got 2 lenses?
Yes.
Okay, so you think crafting station. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm not seeing goggles, so I've got 6 lenses. So let's go and ask. Let's go and ask the guide. So we'll show him our lenses, and we will see. So where are our lenses? Are here, look. So we can make suspicious looking eyes, which we'll tell you about another time. That's goggles. So it takes 6, and it needs goggles. Sorry,
2.
goggles requires 2, and it requires a workbench and a chair. Now, possibly, therefore, I can actually do it where I am. So if I just, because I think a table. Let's see whether the table and chair covers this off. Let's just click on here. It doesn't work. That's a bit of a shame. So we need a workbench and a chair. We can do that though, because we can make a workbench and a chair, and then we can take those up to the room at the top that still hasn't got a table and a chair in it, and then we'll be able to populate that room. We're doing quite well in terms of collecting our. Should we just kill those suspicious looking eyes down here by tempting them to come down? There we go. You can see they don't die straight away because the lava takes some time to actually work properly on them. But it's quite. Oh, we've trapped some fireflies in there as well. That's quite handy. We'll get that there. So I put down here a workbench and a chair. There you go. There's goggles. Goggles are going to do what for me? They're going to give me 1 defence and. Oh, do I? I have to put them on social, do I? Okay. So they haven't given me any extra defence because they're not defending me particularly, but you can see BetMadZac is now wearing, quite cool, some goggles. So looks like these blood moon zombies just will never learn. So there you go, guys. This is a great way for you to be able to collect lots of extra loot during a blood moon. whereas normally it can be a little bit tricky and a bit tiresome to have to keep fighting them the whole time. There you go, picked up a bunch of stuff there. Let's just check if there's any more. Nope. So that's good. This is always helping.
There's going to be somebody on the other side. How much there's going to be?
Look at those. See, there's a zombie over here that can't actually get out of that side, out of the water. So that's causing us problem because we're missing out on getting the loot from zombies coming in, and he takes a slot that is a zombie spawn. So I think we'll just hang out up here instead. It's starting to get a bit lighter. Now, interesting, I wasn't sure whether the zombies could go up ropes, but it seems that these zombies over here can't go up our rope, which is quite handy. And I suspect, can I fire? I can. So this is actually another quite good thing that I can do. I can fire arrows down here, look. Let me just... So we're going to track these zombies over here. So now that there's slime coming, that shows that it's daytime coming on. I think we're going to miss out on getting too many more zombies, but at least we have got more zombies, which is always a good thing for us to be able to do. There's still a couple more coming up, so we'll keep taking the. It's just so easy to kill them, so much easier than having to go and fight with the sword. And in a moment we'll jump up and we'll collect those copper coins. And I'm sure there's so many. Every time you get 100 copper coins, of course, and there's a few 100 copper coins up there, you get a silver coin. So 583 copper coins, look, well worth having.
Yes.
And then if
I've also got a slime trap, which can be used, but it is really hard to actually work. And I would recommend it just to use at daytime or go out at night. Kill them, but lock yourself in it if it's at night. And it's also like a slime source, which is that you get like the demon like trap. Well, get a demon trap, except like blocks above the ground.
Yeah.
Not connected to your house or connected to your house.
So anyway, guys, so I've got one more thing to show you. So having shown you how to do the lava traps, I'm going to take you down a little bit deeper to show you a bit more lava further down, and also whilst I was building this tunnel all the way down, which takes a while to do, but it's not incredibly hard, guys. So it's just a nuisance if you get zombies keep attacking you. So what I did was I created a little safe house right down here, also because my inventory was full, so I needed to make a chest to drop some stuff off. One problem you have when you make these diagonal staircases is it's quite hard to fight things that are above or below you with a sword, but therefore if you use your arrows, that can be quite handy. Yeah, so over here I've done the same thing. Look, I also made some lava traps around here, and I made a house where it looks like you get in at the level that all the zombies will come along at, but you don't. You actually, let's just get that. So you see here I've made a little crafting station and I put a chest in. I've filled all the background in so that it's nice and safe and zombies won't spawn inside. But I've also made these lava traps that enable me to run along underneath and collect stuff. So I actually had, whilst I was building, I had one blood moon down here which enabled me to get quite a lot of stuff. Now this is good because these slimes are a real pain to fight, because when you kill the mother slime you end up with 3 baby slimes, but you know what? If they fall into your trap, they can't get back out, and they just provide some gel and some coins, look, so that's really handy. Quite a lot of bats are growing down at this level, which is probably not so great. So let me just have a look out to this side of my property. So I put some extra doors in on this side as well, so the idea is that we're keeping the whole place safe. Now I need to be careful. I need to, you see, that was foolish, because now BetMadZac's dropped a bunch of stuff that he won't be able to recover from there. I tried to jump and it didn't jump. I was pressing the space bar like Billy-O. But so you see, we spawned in the bedroom, so that's good. So we just have to run all the way back down there to collect our stuff if it's still there. I may have lost my coins, but let's see.
And I also recommend the slime trap underground as well as on the surface.
Yeah, so maybe in one of our next videos, Zach, we'll show them making a slime trap underground. Obviously, I hadn't intended to die, and I need to collect my stuff that I've dropped before we go out of the game. Otherwise, next time, any money we dropped certainly won't be there. So I'm hoping that our money will have survived that drop. Let's go back into the house. Let's shooby over here. This really wasn't my best idea to date. So probably the smarter thing to do would be to build over the top so that it's safe. I've only got 20 copper coins, so I proper missed out there. That was foolish from my perspective. I should have been more careful about that. But you know, you learn, and you guys have learnt as well that that's what happens if you choose to drop half of your money every time you die. Then you can end up missing out. So
It's a good thing we learned, actually, for this character. It's a good thing we didn't choose hard mode for it.
yeah, otherwise that would have been it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we would have had to start from the beginning. And we could have also chose hardcore, which meant if you die once, the character's gone.
So I'm just having a quick look up here because I cannot remember whether there may be somewhere up here a life crystal, and if there is, I'd like to get it whilst we're still on the show for today. There it is. So let me just collect.
What? It's 3/4 life crystal.
There's only 3/4 of a life crystal. Let's have that life crystal. There we go. That's really good, because then next time, guys, if we go back out.
You also told me that you saw 2 or 3 life crystals.
Yeah, so if we go back out now and oops a daisy, I fell a long way down there and lost some life, but some health, but I haven't actually done myself too much damage. Let me just get myself out of here. There are 2 more life crystals, and then next time we can show you a boss battle, which will be great. Although we're probably not really ready. Oh my word! What's he doing here? He shouldn't be here. He is.
What is that?
He is.
Tim?
He's Tim.
Who's Tim?
I don't know who Tim is, but Tim's hurting me a lot, and I'm not liking that.
Tim, we hate you. And it's really annoying that he can teleport.
Yeah, let him teleport to somewhere where I can get him.
Yeah, no.
Oh no! Oh no! So I do not know who Tim is, but I'm going to have to run back down there and rescue my stuff. And I will do something. I've not seen Tim before quite like that. We have seen those. Where have we seen those? Have we seen them in the dungeon normally?
But not with the hat on.
And also the goblin when the goblin army comes, you get creatures like that as well. But we just were not ready for him, were we? So let me go down, collect my money, which should be there this time, because that was a proper lava trap for capturing money. I imagine Tim won't be there anymore, and I am going to be looking out. I'm going to be looking out for what Tim's game is, to see if we can explain that to you next time, folks. Because that was really taking us by surprise. That was. So yeah, here we are. So 800. Go in. Here we go. So if I go into my house, see, and I thought my house was safe down here because we'd built it properly. But when somebody, I wasn't planning. There you go. We've picked up a gold coin. That's good. So I wasn't planning on a Tim coming along and upsetting things, and he was faster than we were ready for. So, okie dokie. Right. So I think, guys, I am going to leave it there for today, and we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Peace out.
Peace out, guys.